Hello, YouTube. Okay, so, I want to talk to you, tell the story of how I met my wife. And it starts off in a small village outside of Italy, where I was running my F1 racing car through the Badlands, Mad Max style, rockets and things exploding. And we got to the elephant part, and I had to cross the Andes Mountain on the elephants like Hannibal. And we get to this small village, and I trade whatever I have in my pocket for food, which happens to be, a nice solid 28-pound gold bar for some rice. Nothing too fancy. I met Shar on Yahoo, and it was a complete internet relationship we had for a while, and we decided we'd get together and hang out. And my buddy Josh says, "Hey, why don't you invite her over to my house, and we can all, hang out, and you can throw your irresistible charm at her, and she'll fall madly in love with you and want to have your babies." And so I proceeded to say, "Yeah, let's do that." So we invited her out. Well, I invited her over, and she came over to Josh's house, and we hung out. And later that night, we decided that we should take the party back to my place. And so me and Shar went back to my house, and we decided we'll go swimming, get the hot tub, let the charm ooze. And yeah, it was a good night. I didn't see her for about a week or two after. We talked here and there. Probably because I got naked for her, gave her the old full Monty show. Mm-hmm. You ain't seen a dream unless you see me in a thong. Dude, I look great in the thong. So we hung out, and a couple weeks later, we decided to get into a full relationship. We dated for a while, and we broke up. And a couple months after that, we got back together, and we worked some issues out. And I sat her down and said, "Listen, if you're serious, I'm serious. If you're playing with me, then I'll seek another person to hang out with. But I am seriously wanting a relationship with you, and we are full-grown adults, and so let's be adults about it." And what is this dude doing? I think he's drunk, maybe. And so we sat down, we knocked out what we want and how we want to achieve that, some goals. And what we both wanted was a serious adult relationship that bordered on communication and honesty. And so I told her everything about my life. I said, "This is who I am." We covered all that in previous episodes. My drug use, my half-assed criminal career, and my bad attitude, because I'm actually secretly a ninja underneath all this awesome muscles. And so as we got further in our relationship, she would drive to my house, Sunday my house, and spend a couple of days with me, and then she would go back to work. She was worked at a adult residential facility as a live-in. Live with the clients, take care of their needs, that sort of stuff. And most of these guys were, they need a lot of help. So, and she would spend 4 days there, 3 days at my house, and so I would get her for a weekend or for a couple of days, and then she would leave and drive back to Oceanside. I decided to move out this way because the drive was really kind of hit in the pockets, on her and mine. I would have paid anything to see her, so it was an investment. But we're both dirt poor, so we decided that the best way to do that is to kind of combine our efforts and get a place together. I proposed to her, we moved in together, lived together for a year and a half-ish. And we got married at Guahomie Park on July 14th. See? I remember. 2011. At 12 something p.m. Or 2 something p.m. It's on the wall somewhere. And we celebrated our 3-year anniversary in July, and we will be celebrating our 7th year together in November. I count my birthday because that's when, well, a little bit after my birthday. But yeah, we've been together for a long while, and I think what happens in most relationships, we take for granted the mistakes that we made in our past relationships, and we completely forget them. And to have that ability to not have that memory linger, I think that creates for a better relationship because you're not worried about the mistakes that you would make. One of my big deals was communication and honesty. Don't compare me to somebody because it's unfair to that person to be compared to such a great man like myself. Hold on, get the old spectacles on. I don't compare her to anyone else because I've never been in a situation where I had to compare, my love life with another love life. All my ex-girlfriends that I've dated in the past are irrelevant to this relationship, and all the ex-boyfriends she's ever had in her past are irrelevant to our relationship. So we don't mingle those two. I would say that for the young people who are probably getting in relationships that want to know how Char and I succeeded after all this time, I think it was because she gets the joke. Now, there's an explanation to that comment. I say inappropriate things at inappropriate times. Most of the time, I do it because it's funny. Sometimes I do it because I have nothing else to say, and I feel that something needs to be said. So, instead of just having silence and being still, I say things. And she gets it. I mean, I don't say things maliciously either to hurt people's feelings or to harm someone's ego. Or I take great care with people's emotions now. So I don't say much anymore, but I still do say inappropriate things. Not so much doing inappropriate things anymore. I realized that as an older gentleman who, thank you, Mr. White Truck, I probably wouldn't do well in prison. So those inappropriate things have to be saved for my house or a select group of family. I don't like to boast anything. I don't really have anything to boast about except for an awesome relationship with an awesome girl who challenges me almost every day. And I'm happy to have found my equal. So yeah, that's the story of Char and I, and that's really kind of where we let this one stop. My life, it's a blessing. It's encouraging to me to knowing that even a small man like myself can make an impact in people's lives, or at the very least, you can look at my mistakes and go, I'm not making that one. I love the people in my life, love my family, love my friends, some of my friends. I care deeply for my wife and my people. I have I always have. My animals, love my animals, although they right now are the reason why I want to kill them. It's a dog. It's a small dog, and it does that. That's the sound. You can hear that. Other than that, fairly simple, straight up guy. Our lives are pretty much governed by God, and I thank God every day for the wonderful gifts I've got in my life, or received, or the treasures that I've been entrusted with. What else can I say? Thank you for allowing me to tell my story. Thank you for being part of this. I was able to work out things in my life through talking to just the camera, and I'm realizing that poor schlub like me, if this is my story and where it ends, and I have so many other possibilities and directions I can go in. Quick thank you to Owen, Lexi, Mike, Shar, my folks, the in-laws, and other people who have asked me about what I'm doing and that are actively taking a part of my life, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Other than that, look forward to more videos about me ranting about whatever. Thinking politics. Maybe I'll make a run for the Senate or something. Alright. Much love, peoples.